Hi everyone, welcome to my little studio. Today I want to show you how I'm painting little flowers in grassy meadows. Sometime in the prairies you can find them, but these will be from grassy meadows. I'll be using Nicker's poster colors, and I'll be using also inks, a lot of inks, since I want to show how those little flowers fighting for the lights, for the sun rays, and kind of little vibrating. And since the wind is going through the grass or grassy fields, and so there will be dipping pens and fountain pens and different colors of ink. So I hope you like this presentation and see you in a painting board. Okay, we have a sketch done on a French watercolor paper. It's a rough surface, so I'll be doing inking first. When I put the gouache on top of it, I will not have any smudges, anything like that. Plus, I can see it, my sketch, but underneath, so that's why I'm using waterproof ink. And so you see it in the close-ups. I really not follow them, my sketch lines. I will not erase them. That will be part of the painting. So you have the pencil lines and the ink lines. And this is my palette of the Nicker's poster colors. They're like a tempera, very opaque. And I'm gonna wear it surface first, so I have the little bleeding. And we'll see what happens next. That would be like a first wash. The poster colors are very opaque, so I had to water it down. It's a little bit different than like watercolor I have been using. This first layer will work like a little background, and if I decided that I need a little bit stronger, I will go with a paint again as a second layer or third layers. In the close-up you can see it, the poster colors I'm using, which are, by the way, I love it very much. They're great even for the paint lifting. And now I want to make a registration of the little flowers, so I'm gonna do first layer with a white opaque color to make the little marks where those little flowers are located, and I'll be working with colors to develop their little paintings. You will see in many areas I'm using almost dry brushing. I won't have this little curves, very like not smooth surface, or texture, I would say. So I want to add up a little drama to this fight for the sun rays for those little flowers. So, and I'll be continue the same thing with the inks. I'll show you later. So you see it. You can see ink lines and also pencil lines, and this little I would say juggy line of the paint. And the surface of the paper is rough, so that even emphasizes this idea I'm after. You probably have noticed that I'm using the watercolor brushes. I'm using bristle brushes. It's just me, and I like this little texture, and they don't hold as much water like watercolor brushes. So in this close-up you can see it. That's me. I have a little bit more control when I'm using them. I'm using sometimes the watercolor brush, but mainly bristle brushes and natural or synthetic. In this case you can see it as a bristle brush synthetic. And here is a little bit lifting. I want this little drama, little texture. Okay, time for inking. I'm be using a lot of different fountain pens. I put different inks, ink colors in it, and I'll be doing a lot of lines. And somehow I started with doing pen and ink with fountain pens, and it just kind of started being my favorite tool. But I'm using dipping pens as well, and glass pens, and which I kind of discovered lately. And so when I work with fountain pens, many times I'm using both sides, front and back, and flip it to change the lines. I don't have those flexible tips on my nib, so that's how I did it. And maybe it's not the greatest way to do it, but when you learn somehow, it's hard to teach the old dogs new tricks. I'll try use a glass dip pen. It's a new tool I just kind of discovered lately. It's great. It's a little bit medium line. It on the rough surface it's kind of have a tendency to bleed because feeding a lot of ink to the tip of the glass pen. But I mean, it's great tools. I think that would be better. It's fantastic to clean it. I have to admit it. It's just papa. It's gone. It's clean. But I'll go back to my regular suspects, dipping pen nibs, and I want to have a little bit medium line and back to the glass pen. It's great, but I think on a smooth surface rather than rough surface. And when I do it, just mixing names and dipping names from like thin lines, medium size, and thick. This one is a thicker line. I want to do it. If I want to like super thick, I go the liner brush. And here you have my, I would say, favorite Nico G model. That's a Japanese name, but a list of the tools I was using for this particular paintings you will have underneath the video. And I am not sponsored by anybody, so this is not like the greatest or must using tools, but this is what I'm using. You can see it, I'm switching between different names. I'm going over the lines again. I decided I need a little bit more contrast on those little stems. I will be finishing painting with little touches to show the little movement and little drama in the meadows, the grassy meadows, how those flowers are moving, and just go a little touch for contrast and little action. And in this close-up you can see it, there's a lot of lines, but that's why I was saying on the beginning, I was after that to show this little movement and action. Here's a painting finished. From the distance you cannot see actually those lines, but it's just like real life, when you get closer you can see little details, and you go farther and the kind of blend disappear. And thank you for stopping by my little studio. I hope you like this presentation, and see you next time.